Milton. If you've just tuned in, welcome to Masterclass. So, James, preparing for this show,
Yes.
I can call you James, yes?
Yes.
Right. Preparing for this show, I was looking up the definition of emotional intelligence.
Good.
And I picked up something in the Oxford English Dictionary.
Okay.
And this is what it says. It says that according to the Oxford English Dictionary, emotional intelligence is a capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically.
Wow.
Emotional intelligence is the key to both personal and professional success.
Good.
Right. That's what I picked up. I just wanted to be able to pick up something on emotional intelligence. And there are a few other people who have made statements on emotional intelligence. I'll leave that to you and then ask you to share some thoughts with us. But just so that our listeners have a bit of chronology of a flow of thought. In this first week of discussion, you're going to be here with us for the next 4 weeks.
Wow.
Thankfully.
Thank God.
Yes. So in this first week, we're going to be looking at what the whole concept of emotional intelligence is, what role it plays in our bodies or in our minds or in our actions in our workplace and all of that, and just seek to understand, sort of introduce that conversation. So questions will be like, what is emotional intelligence? What is emotion? What is intelligence? How does it affect our general life? How does it affect our business? These are the questions that we'll be using to tease out the discussion, essentially. Somebody said to me once that the thing about emotional intelligence is so broad, but they talked about what you say. For example, if you made a statement, it's not just about what you said, it's about what you didn't say. So, for example, if you meet a friend and he says, Charlie Kofi, today is Friday. What they've said to you is that today is Friday. Of course, you heard that. What they haven't said to you probably is that, so do something.
The details of the Friday has not.
Maybe I need some money, or you promised me something that it will be on Friday. So today is Friday. You know, so our body language, our actions, our thoughts, the things we mean to say, the things we don't mean to say. Somebody said to me, says, your actions are speaking so loudly, I cannot hear what you are telling me.
Perfectly.
You know, so that is these are just a few thoughts on the whole discussion. But let's introduce it properly and then build a chronology so that our listeners can follow our thoughts. So take us away.
Thank you very much, and I enjoy the songs. It's my favorite song.
Wow. I'm happy you did.
Yes, when we look at where we started and where we got into, it's only the Lord. Now, I will do briefly into emotions in generality today. Emotions took its root from French word that is known to. I'm not that good in French, but
it's fine.
Yes, I could see émouvoir. That is to stir up or to cause something to move. Now, basically, when we talk about emotions, it's a mental state. I picked this definition from the U.S. American Heritage Dictionary, 2000. It said it's a mental state that arises spontaneously without conscious effort to make it happen, but is most of the time accompanied by physiological changes. There are three key things in here. It is a mental state, which means all emotions comes from the brain. It rises spontaneously. That means you may not necessarily get up in a day and tell yourself that I want to be angry, I want to be frustrated, but frustration and anger can visit you. The last thing I want us to look at in that definition is the physiological change. Have you met somebody who is angry, never told you he's angry, but you saw from the facial expression and the body language that the person is angry or frustrated? Now, one other thing I want us to bear in mind is that for so many years, we've looked at emotions to be that negative. That is so because most of the time, the behaviors that come or precede emotions are most of the time, especially with reference to distressing emotions, are not that helpful. So, for instance, somebody is angry, and because we know anger, if it's not properly managed, can lead to something else. As soon as we see somebody angry, we write off the person. You don't have to be angry. But today I want us to know that all emotions are okay. Now, why is all emotions okay? All emotions are okay because emotions have sources. One, Emotions are logic, and emotions have causes. If I'm angry, something might have caused the anger, right? But the reason why most of the time we turn a blind eye to it totally is that we've equated emotions to behavior. But there's a difference between emotions and behavior. Somebody is angry, nobody is injured. Somebody is angry, somebody is injured. So the anger itself may not necessarily be bad, but the behavior that we put up during anger may allow people to refer to anger as being bad. So the second thing is that all emotions are okay, but not all behaviors are okay. And that is why we are here. That ability to manage the behavior when you are under a distress emotion is what will take us far. Now, emotions are involved in everything that a person does. And our ability to manage the distressing emotions that comes with life is what determines how far we can go in life. So basically, I also want people to appreciate the fact that being emotional should not necessarily lead to irrational behavior. When somebody is angry, does not necessarily have to lead to the fact that the person will do something and end up in jail or be in the grips of the law. Now, emotions have their own